Today, PNFS Footpath Inspector Linda Smith is looking at Kingsley Fp11 in Cheshire West. This path follows the River Weaver through woodlands and is part of the North Cheshire Way. As a named walking route, we would expect the faults reported should get priority attention. She begins by noting that the gate taking us into the woodland at the western end is in good condition and the path is well signed. But approaching a footbridge, she finds a tree fallen across one end, causing damage to the bridge and an obstruction which, although easily stepped over by many, could be a barrier to some less physically able walkers. This was reported as a fault to Cheshire West. Linda will be returning to this path shortly to check that the obstruction has been removed. On the next footbridge, timbers on the platform were found to be starting to rot in places, but the handrails were okay. This boardwalk is going to need attention in the near future, but is just about acceptable at present. But on the following footbridge, timbers were starting to rot on the platform quite badly, creating a serious hazard. So this was reported as a fault to Cheshire West. Remember, if a serious fault is not rectified within a reasonable time, you should consult with your area officer. The Society will serve a notice on the authority if a serious fault has not been cleared after a reasonable period has elapsed. A little further on, a small tree was fallen across the path, but was not a serious obstacle. The path is muddy, but not exceptionally so. Here again, timbers were showing signs of decay on the footbridge platform, and although the handrails were okay, a large tree was leaning against them and was potentially hazardous if it were to move any further. Linda decided to report this issue to Cheshire West. Here, Linda found a fallen tree across the line of the original path, which meant a steep detour up a very slippery and steep slope, which was hazardous in winter weather. Linda decided to report this issue to the Highway Authority. The path drops alongside the river, and whilst some exposure is expected on a riverside path, here we can see a short section where the path has been eroded. Ideally, there's a need for some edge protection, but is this worth reporting? What would you do? Finally, the gate close to the eastern end of the route showed signs of slipping towards the river and was at a rather precarious angle, but the route is obvious and the gate safe to use. So would you report this?